Good morning, everyone. I'm TheoSophia. Good morning. And today is the day we talk about healing. And so good morning, Cavell and Barbara Ward. And Barbara saying hello to everyone else. So we're going to set our energy. We always do for when we begin. First thing we're going to do is ask for Mother and Father's heart to come down within our heart. And as you do this exercise alone, I want you to begin to have an awareness of connected to them or not. And certainly if you do this at home and sit, call Mother, Father down into your heart, there's going to be an awakening, a feeling, a stirring inside your heart that lets you know they're there with you. And that's a beginning. Because the number one thing in my perception about being in your spiritual self, your divinity, is having that relationship with Mother and Father. That's where it comes from. That's where it began. And who are we to make it any different, correct? I do know for those who've a few things here for, I can't even know the words because I don't use them. But I want to let you know that very clearly the masters who are gathering with me are here to speak out. And they feel very good about the weekend, not only for America, but for the world. And I'm told we'll see how that unfolds as time goes, because what President Biden did was let people see there was humility. He didn't need to become the king and the only one, and was never in his makeup to have that. And that's why he was chosen. He's for the people. And that's if you understand the Constitution, that's how it begins. So for the people, he stepped down and is letting Kamala Harris come into his place. And now it's going to be up to the rest of all of us who are here in this world, in America, to see how we take it from there. And hopefully it's with the same perception that I believe Joe Biden held for us. He had gotten so much done, and we can just keep that role happening, however that sees for you. But blessings to all of you, whatever you believe. That's why we live in America, because we have choice. And that's a very important piece of who we are. It's always about choice. And in that, there's always change. Long ago when I started, I always would write up on the board, if you're here, you can't be afraid of change because you're going to leave here different than you came. So yes, it can be that quickly, it can be that easy, but it's day after day that change continues. So good morning, Marby. So we're going to go down into our root and root ourselves deep into the earth and hear the hum of that vibration, Anamokite, down into the center of the earth. You know, many people come and they go, oh, I'm rooted. Well, you're maybe about 8 or 10 feet usually into the earth. We're talking about a lot of distance to be able to go down so that you can hold a surrendered state and feel secure. And that will bring you into Mother's energy. And that is when life begins to change. So we're going to call in our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. As it is ditto, ditto, ditto for everyone. No one's different. It's how we choose to work with that, live with that, perceive that, is how we are all unique, and that's a wonderful thing. So we're going to call in the Ascended Masters and all the grand angels of Metatron to come, whoever is free to be with us on this day and begin transformation. It began from the moment you pressed that button today. And that's how it is always so here. Always so. So we're going to ask those from the universe who, you have to understand, on other dimensions, they're way beyond us. Way beyond us. So we don't want to not allow them to come in and touch us. And like the new thing now for those of us in our world is AI. And if you can only imagine, it's way beyond that, where other people out in the solar system are. But we want to begin to allow that in so that we can learn. So I did all that, and either it's my eyeballs, could be, or something smudged that's not going off. I apologize. My hair's a little wet. You know, we were working on getting my bandage on my toe, and time goes by when you're fiddling. It's doing well. Just trying to be with it as I still live life. So the question was asked, I don't see Dorothy here today, was from Dorothy Snyder about Metatron's cube. Well, here's an image of it. I did not find a way to have it and get it on. And this actually has the chakras around us. Yeah. So if you have a phone, you might want to take an image of that so you can have it in front of you. Because I'm going to go through what the different things mean and how powerful it is to have one that you either wear as a necklace or have as a bra, because I'm going to explain why it's so powerful. All right. I do happen to have little images from sacred geometry of the 5 platitudes are within the Metatron's cube. Now, I don't know. Does anyone here know what they are? I'm going to take that as perhaps a no. Okay. Because the Metatron's cube is made up of the 5 platitude solids and also the geometric form of the fruit of life. It is a geometric figure, as you could see. I'll show you again. And what does it do for us? Well, let's begin to look at, and if you can get it up on something around you to see, you'll understand why it's so powerful. And my phone keeps losing it. It's a sacred geometry pattern that symbolizes unity and wholeness. So when I go to describe all the things, good morning, Lauren, that are within Metatron's cube, you'll begin to understand why the being who has become the one who gets to sit on the right of God radiates that Metatron's cube out through him to the world. So, and just to give you some backup history about it, it was first seen in the Hebrew Merkabah book of Enoch. No mistake, right? While the exact origins and earliest appearances are not fully documented, this concept of sacred geometry and the association of symbolism can be traced back to ancient Egypt and Greece. So if this rings a bell for you, this image, you got to know you are a part of all that. And maybe it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I know that's how I felt. Oh yeah. I had ran into it during my time of learning sacred geometry, but when Dorothy brought it up again, I'm like, yeah, how did I forget that? My phone keeps going away. I'm sorry. The name Metatron is derived from ancient Jewish and mystical teachings, specifically from the Kabbalah and Jewish mysticism. He is considered one of the highest ranking angels associated with divine knowledge and wisdom. He is either a celestial scribe or a mediator between the heaven and earth. He is tasked with guarding heavenly secrets and is responsible for keeping records of all choices made in heaven and on earth. And that's why he's known as the scribe of God. Legends say that Metatron created the cube out of his soul. The archangel used it to oversee the flow of energy and balance in the universe. So listen to me. If you can arrive at having one, some of them are relatively inexpensive, but it's going to help you have balance and, what was the word? Balance and lots of energy. Your energy will increase in the universe. So, okay, Lauren, you can listen from the shower. It's a representation of sacred geometry and divine knowledge in unity. It's believed to embody the underlying structure and order of the universe. It connects you with the divine. Yes, I'm reading it off of an article. Manifest your intentions. Well, there we are. All of us want to manifest more of our intentions, right? Promotes balance and harmony, also what we're all seeking. Protects you against the negative energy, and inspires healing effects. So, Metatron's cube symbol represents the patterns of creation. It is believed to be a blueprint for all matter in the universe, and since it contains all the patterns that make up heaven and earth, it's often used as a tool to connect to God. So, there again, you can take a snapshot of our being together here today. That in itself might work for you. All right, so let me go to the solids and I'll show them to you as we go along. It says you have an option to wear it as jewelry or carry the angel's image. You can also place the sacred geometry symbol in your home or office. Wherever it is, it's going to promote balance and harmony in your life. And isn't that something all of us want to get a continuing level? So let's go to where it tells us about, I thought it did, all the different parts. I guess not. But I can show them to you. So first, there is the star tetrahedron. Just give me a minute. This is when you see like a pyramid above you and a pyramid below you. Now, if any of you have done any of the sacred geometry work in Melchizedek, you know that part of your work is to create a star decahedron around you. So it is the beginning. The next one, and that is fire. The cube is a hexadron, and it is the earth. And you can see really easily here. I lost my picture. Let's pick another one here. My hands aren't doing too well, are they? I guess we lost my computer here. It's a cube. And you'll notice it by the square out around the cube. Trying to find the picture on my phone now for you. There we go. Can you see that? There you go. Not as good to see. And then there's the octahedron. Looks like a little triangle cube. And then there's the isododecahedron. It has triangles all around. And then there's a dodecahedron that has a different image. There you go, 5-sided. Now, what I've found is some of these geometric forms exist in your aura. People who work with me have the one with the triangles. And this is a code of truth. Can you see that shining in the light? The sides of truth. And this is out around, at least to the level that I see now. It may go in to this one, which is a 5-sided, more like the marks on a soccer ball. So it's a powerful image. It has a lot to it, but basically it is about balance and defining you and yourself. You can wear it, you can put it in your room, put it in your office. And people believe it helps bring them into balance and intensifies their memory and harmony. Now, certainly, it's going to have a different, even a more effect if you're finding it within a certain stone. I was looking at some of those last night. You can have it in lapis. You can have it in turquoise. You can find it in just a gold outer image. From where I'm sitting, it's something you might want to add whenever you can. So the figure said to be the scribe of God. The cube is represented as the flow of the energy connected to the creation of the universe. So kind of what just happened in America, which we know is going to flood out and around the world, is part of what the cube is about doing, bringing it all in harmony. He's associated with the presence of God and sometimes is identified as the scribe or the record keeper of heaven. So when he first came to me, I hadn't really worked much for a long time. I did the sacred geometry years and years ago. But there was an image that I knew I had seen from within myself, and it was a long line of people coming up to a book. And each person took their turn to look at their life page on that book. And that's part of the job of the scribe, is to make sure that everyone at some point that you'll be in that line finds their way or what's yet missing. So that's part of what Metatron does, maybe a small piece. But think of the word scribe. And he does sit next to the words and the energy of God, and just even contemplate as he has that Metatron cube, it's just radiating out. And I think now I've lost every picture of it. Let me see. I guess it's being particular. There it is again. I always have trouble getting things. There you go. Not the circle one, the one with all the geometrics. A lot of circles, but everything's connected with a line, and that's where the fruit of life comes in to connect everything. So this is how we know we are all one. And it's a powerful image of sacred geometry. Let me put all these back in here before. Sometimes you can find these little things that hold on to the 5 platonic solids. Anything that's created or developed, whether it's by our mind or by our hearts, has creation from the platonic solids. So people who are builders, they would know that. We have to become aware that we know that there is we're just not born. We are someone even more powerful than we think we are, and have lived many lifetimes, and today are coming in a perfect moment to be here for this time, to be the light, and to help the world. Whether or not it's to stay here, go to another world, not for me to say at this time, but I'm going to say maintaining your love and your understanding as you work with and have the energy of God come through you is going to make a big difference. So, does anyone have a question that I may be able to answer? And does anyone have Metatron's cube that they wear? Well, you need to know I ordered one when I was investigating and discovering. I mean, I'd heard of it, but since I was working with him, I should probably join the bus, So I want to wish everyone here a beautiful energy of peace and harmony, and to not be afraid or worried. Oh, that's what I'm just saying. Excuse me. So I see a silver light coming down for everyone to bring out and around them. That is not like a hard silver. It's very gentle, loving, and embracing. And what you don't understand is part of it is protective. You need to not tap into a certain part of America that's in fear and afraid. You need to just tap into your divinity, which this silver light's coming to bring a wonderful flow, just like it's taking its hand and going around each of you. Be calm. It's all fine. We understand. So there's some things that they just always can't tell us ahead of time. It would change what would be necessary to have come from human consciousness. So if you can get back to this moment is imperfection and give up that you have to understand or to know, then you have really moved far, because we don't always understand that which God and the angels and Metatron are all doing. But No, it's only for our best good, never for any harm. And it's going to make us stronger. It's going to make us be more into the balance of harmony, which I know on some level all of you wish and desire for. And can't say that I even know yet what it looks like. I tend to not try to look in the future because there's one piece that you never know. And it's in a moment it could all change. But sometimes we need those in a moment changes, like the one we experienced yesterday. And if you can begin to see the perfection in that, know you're in the right place, in the right moment, and feel God within your heart, then you have accomplished something. God will not leave you. He never does. Sometimes I'm going to repeat. He will carry you. Sometimes he'll walk by you. He'll always encourage you to keep moving. So here's Barbara. There is lots to understand. It's not like I could just sit here and ramble all that off. I hope you understand that. Yes, me too. Very powerful work, but not where we're at right now. And when I spoke to Metatron about it, he acknowledged that, but things have changed. And I'm not so sure, and I'm not saying you have to go back to Melchizedek to find out. We're going to find out what that next step. And maybe just hearing it today is rekindling something with you. And what he's saying to me right now is be mindful of that on what level would be determined by what it is being placed on or placed in. Okay, I gotcha. For instance, I've seen lapis, I saw turquoise, I saw just gold ones. You got to trust whatever you decide in your heart is the one that's for you. I just want you to give it credence that it does also change the level of ignition and what it's giving you. And most of the things will tell you what a certain one does. Well, I hope you got my explanation. Some of the words just kind of went away, and I guess that's saying, see, I guess I wasn't supposed to go there. But it is a part of the Platonic solids, and they are used to build everything, even ourselves. And I can see the out from the chakras and various levels of the field, those coming into play and what they mean. So do some inner work, sit with it. What is this meant for me? So, Barbara, if you've done Metatron's work, then you might have a kid's book, and it explains it to a very good level also. The thing to know, we're all growing. And the beautiful is, by your growing, I grow. By my growing, you grow. So it's all kind of a union of connectedness. And just like Biden, not that anyone has to be the king, but it's to surrender to allow what's ever for the highest and best good to come forth. And that's where our community sits. And so if someone reads something, comes up with it, please feel free to share it. You know, I'm still in my process of every day working with all these beings for clarity, to feel their energy, and do that which I've been asked to do to the best. And I think that's part of why my toe got broke. I guess I wasn't doing enough. It's been very good. It's not blue, not painful, but we have to keep it wrapped. That's about where that is. So, anyone have any other questions? Kind of a really intense Eye of Horus day. And down the road, I'm going to have a very additional surprise for you as to who's come. So I can't wait to share that with you. Any questions? No, this here is not the Eye of Horus. That is something else. Sharing healing tip for fractures from Aborigines of Australia. Deep breath. Connect with field of energy around us. Focus on fracture. Thank you very much. I reach out to a lot of people that are really good at what they do. And yesterday, I call him a friend, and I haven't really felt any pain in my toe since he worked on it. And hum for 15 minutes. All wonderful ideas. I'm so grateful for your sharing. It was interesting. My doctor told me someone else who, when I had the whole colon problem, she had one. And she says, "You're not going to believe it, but she broke her toe last week too." And I'm like, "What is it? Were you on some date line together?" You just never know what it's all about. So set intention to heal. For 15 minutes. I can do that. I even sing if I happen to be watching TV with the commercials. I understand not the same thing, but my voice wants to always sing. So, where are we at here? 11:33. What a powerful number. Means that I think we've been heard. You've been heard. And God is with you. Praying hands are his hands, bringing you peace and harmony. So, just like this. Many blessings to all of you. God bless. See you tomorrow. Mother's Messages.